Hey guys, I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hi. Okay. Hi. Um, I know there's a lot of people who are just coming in. There's a lot of things that are about to start happening. I'm gonna say this: I believe in Jesus. It took me a while to get there. I know a lot of you got to learn that about me. I've been in many different religions, my whole life, and I've had many different experiences. So I understand people who are like, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. I know that I'm not the one that is evil. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your love, support, and prayers. Even if you don't know how to pray or you don't pray, I appreciate it. Everyone can agree that the message that we hold, everybody should be on board. Everybody can agree that the torture and abuse and rape of children, selling children, is wrong. So there's that. I know a lot of you guys are sitting here like, maybe you just got here and you don't know. I need you guys to give us a second. I need you to take a seat. I need you to give me a minute. 90s, this is what I need. Everybody's asking like, what do you need? This is what I need. I need y'all to put your patient pants on, because I told you that we're at the point where there's no more holding anybody's hand, but we're at the point where it's time to tell everything. We're at the point where secrets are letting loose. We're at the point where we're not holding any more secrets, and all bets are about to be off the table. If you know that I'm not playing, you know that I'm not playing. You know I don't blow hot air. That's just not me. And it hasn't been me in this 2 years of living in our fucking car that you have seen. So, you know that I'm not playing. It's coming. By October, we'll see how the world is burning. But we'll see what's coming. But I'm not playing. We are trying to get all of our affairs in order before this release. Angels and insurance holders that we have talked to directly, we are trying to be smart about this release. Everything is coming out. Insurance holders, we are taking all bets off the table. I told you guys this months ago. We're taking everything off the table. Insurance holders, wait for the alarm that I told you guys months ago. Wait for the green light to show, and count it when it goes on. Count how many green lights. You know what to do next. Payphones still exist. Get to them. Remember what we talked about. We are not afraid to die. Never have been. We need you guys to see the truth. We need you to understand the truth, and not just for us, but for everyone. I'm going to turn my comments off on IG for a second so you can hear me and you can focus, because I feel like people are going to get distracted. You know, y'all not children, but sometimes people do get distracted like children. So I'm going to need y'all to focus with me for 2.5 seconds, okay? Listen. Watch who attacks us next. Okay? Watch who attacks us next, but I want you to remember who attacked us to begin with. And watch what their responses are. If you have been here since the day that we went viral on accident, in November 2020, watch and remember what happened. I need you 90s to help these 70s, because there's a lot of sheep that are going to try to become little cubs but they need your help. I don't expect you to walk people through it. I don't expect you to hold their fucking hands. Some people need to be left behind. Take the warning labels off and let them eat the Tide Pods. I don't give a shit. But there's some people who truly are trying to figure it out. Everybody is fucking trying as much as they can. Now, if they want to be stubborn, hard-headed, and a soft ass, let them fall. Let them go. But what's about to happen right now help some people. Like, so some people are like, why the Freemasons, why the cops in that little short snippet? Why them? Because I have been raped and abused by a chief of police that participates in the Freemason Brotherhood Society of your police authority. So the reason why we got chased down and why we got stopped in a week straight from state to state to state in February of 2020, if you go back to those videos, it's because of the fact that I was abused by a cop. I said his name on one of these lives when I went viral, and he got pissed. So him and his buddies wouldn't stop fucking with us from state to state to state to state to state. Didn't get a ticket. That wasn't what they wanted. So for those who are like, I don't understand, help 90s, please. This is your moment to use everything that we have told you. I wonder how many people are actually listening. Because we about to see right now. Pay attention. Listen closely. Look closely. We're not playing. At all. It's coming. Now, I want you to remember the foundation and the organizations that we were fraud, we were scam, we were lie. They were calling the FBI. They were going to sue us in court. Where'd they go? I want you to remember the foundations, the organizations that we're going to help you, but we need a live first. Can we do a live first so we can get the trends and the views and tell everybody that we're going to help you? No, if you're going to help us, why we got to do a live? I want you to remember the Freemason Brotherhood cops. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember how many people and who said what. I want you to remember the campaign charities that fell through because I wasn't doing it. And I was like, I'm not going to be your charity case for your campaign. And since I didn't do that, they got a little bit pissy. I want you to remember those people. Remember all of the big time, elite, credible, blue checkmark people that sat on this platform since day one. I had less than 300 followers when you first met me. I blended very well as a choreographer. I had hell before. So I'm not saying that things were just okie doke before. They weren't. They were hell before. But we made it work and we figured it out. And when things were going down, we're like, our life is so big that people wouldn't understand. So one day we said, fuck it, and hit a camera and got everything on camera. And when we realized that there was no one to go to because we've called ombudsman, we've called police, we've called detectives, we've called FBI, we've had private investigators, we've been to the courts, we've been out of the courts, we've been to what are those programs for people who have been abused and raped, whatever those are called. We have been through drug rehabs and facilities. We have tried to talk to psychiatrists and counselors who want to send me out of state for more experiments because they've realized the military programming and how extreme it is. MK Ultra is not a joke. I am not playing with you. And on top of that, you're going to see a lot of people after I show you what my life really is and how we're not using our pain as a billboard, as a merchandise, as a money getter to rake anybody's wallet. When you finally realize that that's not the case, then watch who tries it. Watch who changes their script up to try it. Let's see who now has the same situation because of a Mockingbird situation. I don't want y'all to give me no damn money. I never needed anybody's dime and never asked for it. I don't want you guys to pat me on the back. You don't need to applaud me or my mother. We are doing what we have to do because, like we said before, it's like breathing or blinking. You don't congratulate somebody for that shit. This is our lives. This is our life. This is not a joke. We don't need a pat on the back. You did it. No, fuck that. Nobody's doing anything. How many people do you know? How many truth tellers do you know that are raking people's wallets by just pointing the finger and talking about it? You save the children. I'll take $5.99 for an extra Patreon. You save the children. Can you give me $11.99 for? I'll give you the questions that you need to know if you just subscribe to this membership, buy our socks, and make sure that you give us some money to go to a seminar to say you save our children. But what the fuck are they doing to save our children? Did anybody ever ask that? Where is the results from all these fundraisers? What are you doing with the thousands of dollars that you put out for people on GoFuckMe accounts? GoFundMe is what I call them, GoFuckMe accounts. What are you doing with that money? The fuck are you doing with that money? Because I ain't never seen not one of them help a real survivor. I ain't never seen results of them helping a survivor. You never hear from a survivor. You see seminars. You see them pointing the finger. You say Trump's coming back. That ain't gonna do a damn thing for what's going on right now. And by the way, there was an attempt on Trump, and it turned out to be his ex-wife. And I don't really know how I feel about that, but I'm not gonna get started on that. That's a conversation for another day. But I'm telling you right now, it was meant for 45. But that's not my business. But point blank period is, people don't understand that the truth tellers that are raking wallets right now, how long have they been on the platforms? Ask yourself that. Do they speak in the same patterns? Do they sit in front of the same backdrop? What exactly have they exposed, and what results have you seen from that? Because we get shit every 2 seconds. How the fuck does that work? How can you sit and expose Illuminati, but you got kids? Because if I had kids in this shit, my kids would be snatched so fucking fast from me, it wouldn't even make everybody's head spin. Do you honestly think if I had kids in this situation, did you not see the cops chase us down, read our notebooks, and then go to attack a dance kid that took a picture with me 5 years prior to that? So can you imagine if I had actual children, what would happen? And I do, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. That's another thing that I don't know if we'll ever be able to talk about, but we'll get to that later. Pay attention. Actually think with the eyes that you have acquired and you have learned to think with in the last 2 years. And I know it's not just because of us. Get your shit together. Come on. I know y'all can do it. I know y'all can do it. Do you know how many patterns and tactics are about to break after this release? There will be no more patterns. Because guess what? Everybody gonna be like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Red comes next, don't it? And that's what took decades. That right there is what took years of practice to say red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. What's next? Think about it. You want to address that before I move to something else? Because I know you do. I will get the going. So I got a lot of stuff to do and a lot of stuff to talk about. So help me. Mama?
I want to welcome all the handlers, warlocks, pimps. I know y'all are alerted the second we come on, and I know you sit here, and I know you carry information back. I also know if quite a few of you are terrified. While you're sitting plotting evil against my kid, you're literally terrified because you think Allie's attacking you. Let me break this down for you.
I haven't even started yet, baby.
We are here in this whole situation because of what you have been doing to children. So trying to do that narcissist, passive-aggressive shit and flip that back around like Allie's attacking you by telling the truth of what y'all did, it's very humorous. Being concerned for your children's safety, you could go fuck yourself, because I'm concerned for my child's safety against you. So we're going to have a little bit of a problem here. You guys keep coming at my kid, keep auctioning her contract, you keep messing with her programming, but then have the nerve to sit there and think, poor you, that you're being attacked? Really?
Y'all ever, let me help you out. Y'all ever seen mafia movies where the mafia people will kill somebody else's child, but they will throw a fit if somebody cusses in front of their grandma or their kid or something like that? That's what we talking about.
That's what we're dealing with. That level of crazy.
That's what we talking about.
That's all right.
So we'll fix that in a second.
Don't start nothing, wouldn't be nothing.
That's as simple as that. Keep your fucking hands off of people, and we wouldn't be sitting here in the first place, you nasty, evil twat waffles. Moving on. The Biden laptop. I'm on that. And I can't tell you how much my anxiety is off the fucking chain right now from the amount of drops that's been going on from that laptop and from that iPhone. You know, I have volunteered as tribute. Release my shit. I don't care. But let me break something down for those who don't understand why I'm so anxiety bound right now, why I'm a mess. There are things that have happened that some people do not understand. And then when those images are painted, some people don't have common sense to pick that shit apart and say what really happened. I know that I was a child. I understand that some people are like, hey, you were a child. You cannot beat yourself up for that. You can't feel guilty for that. Like, you were a child. I still do. But there are situations where I damn sure don't look like a child. You'll come to find that out about me, because sometimes I still get carded. You know, a lot of people think I'm 12 sometimes. There's a reason for that. We'll talk about that later. Series. Anywho. But there are things on that laptop, there are things that have happened that I just can't explain. There are things that have happened that I wasn't fighting and screaming. And for the longest time in my life, I used to think that it was my fucking fault, because I was like, if I wasn't fighting and screaming, if there was not that much blood, if I didn't walk out with a big ass black eye, if there's not a body print in the wall and it's mine, if I'm still able to walk, let alone fucking stand, that wasn't rape. For the very longest time, I believed that. Still have that issue to this day, because there's some situations my mom will be like, talk to me about this, and I'm like, no, because it wasn't that bad. And she's like, what are you considering that bad? And I'm like, I wasn't screaming. I have a high pain tolerance, but I didn't care. I just went along with it because I didn't want to die that night. So I mean, there are times where I called it a demonic hyena. I was so high. I was so high, and I was so I felt like I was gonna die. So I felt like if laughing at you, and I know you know what I mean, because I know you're sitting right here, and I know you think that you're gonna hurt me because the series is coming out, and you think that you can hurt me. Baby, listen to me right here and tell me right now. Let me tell you something. You're not gonna hurt me. You wanna know why? Because I'm already broken. There is not a damn thing that you can do that you haven't already done. Okay? So there's people who think that they're going to try to hurt me by releasing the shit on that laptop. Do it. Do it. There were times where I fucking laughed. There were times where I was laughing so hard people thought that nothing was wrong. There were times where I begged somebody to hit my ass again. There were times where I was like, hurry up and do whatever you feel you need to do so you can come and get the fuck off of me. There are times where I didn't give a shit and shit didn't hurt. I didn't care. I was so high and I was so gone that the only thing that I cared about was either put me out of my fucking misery or stop. How else do you want me to explain that shit? It's called survival. So for those who are going to try to think that they're going to beat me up for a video that you find, and I'm laughing my fucking ass off, or I'm telling somebody to hit me again, or I'm smiling because somebody is hurting me and I can't cry, then do it. You think you're going to hurt me? You already did. And now I'm pissed. Have you noticed? So no, they're freaking me out a little bit. I don't know how I can deal with myself, hearing myself screaming, hearing somebody throw my ass around the room, hearing myself say no and leave me alone and get off. There's things that no, I don't think that mentally some people can't sit with that well. I'm not in denial about that shit. I'm not telling y'all that I'm perfectly healed and perfectly fine. That's a fucking lie. And I'm not Jesus. And I know God is not done with me yet. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm sitting here just perfectly smiling and fine. No, I'm not. I'm not okay. check on a fucking survivor. They're not okay. Jesus. Like, ugh. So if you think that you're gonna hurt me, knock your fucking self out. I hope that this release is as sexy as you found the shit that you were doing to me. I hope this series, tickles your fancy. I really hope that this series fucks you up the way that you were so happy the last time you seen me. I hope this helps. Because you should have killed me. Told you that several times. Those times where I was just fucking with people, there were times where I would say shit to people just for them to knock the shit. I cannot see classified information. I cannot, this side of my face is fucked up because I braced with this side of my face. So I have serious issues with this side of my face because I would literally say some stupid shit to people just to see, like, will you kill me? Let's get this shit over with. Will you kill me if I say some stupid shit to you? So trust and believe I have a mouth on me, okay? And if you ever see one of those videos, I will probably make you wonder why the fuck I'm still sitting here.
You're trying to do suicide by warlock?
I'm stubborn, I'm hard-headed, and I can be a bitch. Like, and proud of that shit. Fuck with me and find out. Go ahead. Fuck around and find out. I don't care. I don't care. There are some people, it's not funny, but there are some people who have lost their lives over me. I shouldn't be sitting here. I should be the one that's not sitting here anymore because I talk shit. Like, I'm not saying that I don't. So if you see one of those videos, yeah, that's what you might see. I ain't denying it. The fuck was I supposed to do? What would you have done? So, release whatever you want to. I volunteer as fuck. Release it. Show the world what I'm talking about. I dare you. Do it. You think you're gonna hurt me? Let's see. I'll cry a little. You wanna see me cry? I'll do it for you. I wasn't allowed to cry that much then. I'm a fucking crybaby now sometimes. Do it. But if you're not gonna do it, take a seat because I got something to do.
We're gonna do it.
You might want to grab some popcorn and some cheddar seasoning. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. I'm telling you now, you're going to wish you killed me. Then. We'll see. You'll have to see to find out. I'm not playing with y'all. You'll have to see to find out. And for those of you who have the patience to know that we are literally trying to get our affairs in order before this release, what's about to be released is secrets that people don't want out. From military to government, down to the everyday, to the outlaws.
Well, I think it's secrets that they didn't expect that you would remember.
That's
the whole point of the program.
They didn't want
to lock those things away, but
they threw that damn MK Ultra and they were like, it's gonna stick, and it just fell. So, well, whoops. So, we'll see how that goes. But I need your help. I really need your help. You see what's happening to that little short clip on TikTok? You see what's happening with that? Now, that really barely has anything in it. The series? Oh, I got some shit in it. I got some shit. And you know, the thing is we're not doing the fraud and the scam no more. I know we ran out of time for that and we ran out of scripts for that. But guess what? The evidence that's about to roll out, there's no fighting with us anymore. But you can go ahead and try. You can go ahead and try. I'm not going to give you child pornography or rape. I'm still debating on if I'm allowing videos of me to be blurred out or anything like that. I'm still debating on that, but I don't know how we're gonna make this series. The thing is these 90s Nation News, I'm gonna say this again, it's everyday angels. Every day, there's no white hats for us. If you're calling people who decide to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do white hats, then knock yourself out. But 90s Nation News are everyday angels that have their lives. I don't think people take into account when they're asking and begging people for money, the fucking lives that people, when you ask people for $5, do you know what happened and what it took to get that damn $5? Do you know everybody's struggling to have gas money right now? Everybody's struggling to have food on their table. Everybody's struggling to go back and forth to work, get their kids to school, deal with extracurricular activities, life in itself. And you got people out here, give me $5 for the truth. That's already public knowledge. Give me $5 extra so you can keep your kids safe in the first fucking place. Give me $5 that you know worked your ass off for. Nobody ever take into account the fact of what you had to do to get that damn $5 in the first place. No, they just want to ask for it because their selfish ass ego needs it. Think about that. Think about it. Why no? Just think about it. Okay? Number one. That next. Letter E. Okay. The TikTok little clip. I need y'all help. I need you to break the fucking internet in the next 24 hours. Can you do that? I need you to go on every platform that you own to man. If y'all care, I need you to break the fucking internet with that TikTok. Can you do me that favor? And then when the release comes out, this first release that comes out, it's the weekend. Let me look at my skin o'clock. Actually, I have this beautiful bracelet an angel just handed me. I'm going to check this clock. It is time for war. It's the weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. I drank to that. Hey, yeah. Ariana. It's half past truth. Y'all ready? And when it comes out, I need your fucking help because we are not okay after this series. Let me also help you. 90s Nation News, there's no money. These are everyday angels. I don't know how far we can get into this series because it takes a lot to get to 90s Nation News. The series has been put into parts, and this is getting released. It's coming out. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. Okay? So, when it comes out, I need your help. These platforms, the only platform that I know that will probably not censor shit as heavy is Telegram, BitChute, Rumble goes back and forth. Everything else we're going to have an issue with, as you can see. The only thing that I can say is when it comes to the second segment that is released, there will be an opposite platform to go to, and I need everybody to fucking flood it and get there because I don't know how long it's going to stay up, and that you might want to really get there for because I think everybody is over the target with this one, and I think you already know what it's going to say. You just didn't know that there's evidence to have it. Thank you, insurance holder, for finding that evidence in my insurance. I appreciate it. We found one baby picture. A lot of you already seen it, but anywho, I want you guys to take a minute.
Imagine what that matches up to.
I wonder, come with me. Anywho, I want you guys to look and see on the, because the first thing that's coming out is a recap, and that's going to be for, I know everybody's coming in like, the fuck is going on? I just found this video. I don't know what's happening. It's happening. So you're just going to have to stick around for a second and ask another 90 to fuck around and find out. And if you don't want to fuck around and find out, somebody go kick your ass out. So I suggest you be patient with everybody because they're going to try to have 2 seconds of patience with you. They're not going to hold your hand. They're going to point you into the direction, and then it's up to you to go down that rabbit hole. They gonna tell you where the fuck the entrance to the rabbit hole is, and then they gonna shove you, and they ain't gonna help you get the fuck out. I'm telling you right now, the 90s are so done. They're not gonna help you get the fuck out because they've been waiting patiently. There's a lot of 90s that's been waiting patiently for this damn day. My mom has been waiting 12 years for this day. I gave her the green light. There's no taking it fucking back. I'm the one who's been taking so long. And I said I was sorry. But I gave my mom the green light. Literally, there's no taking it back now. So we're going. A lot of the 90s, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing a big piece. Oh, you missing a big, big piece. And we about to give you that piece. This is that time. Get your boots on, because we about to wade in the bullshit. All of it. On like season 50 of my bullshit, we about to wade in all the fucking bullshit. I'm telling you right now, it's about to get deep, but it's about to get wild. We are not okay after this series. We are not okay after this completely launches. After this completely launches, we are in more danger than we were before. After this completely launches, we are not suicidal. There will be no accidental car accidents. There will be no overdoses. There will be no random disappearances. If insurance drops back to back to back to back, we are dead. I don't know how else to fucking say that bluntly to you for you to get what I'm saying to you. We're dead. So that means that no secrets are safe. If we die, that's a dead man switch. My insurance holders are not going to hold on to that shit. So let me help you out. If somebody has a dead man switch and it hasn't been flipped, they're not dead. If somebody claims that they hold a dead man switch for somebody and they haven't turned that shit on, they're not dead or they don't have it. If you haven't seen things just pop up and pop up and pop up and pop up and it don't stop, they're not dead. Get that shit straight. If my insurance starts from a moment where I say I'm sitting in a blue shirt or a white, like a baseball tee, if it starts from there, we start from the beginning, and if it doesn't stop, we're dead. Does everybody got that clear? We clear? Okay. After the series, we are not okay. I just want you guys to know that shit. It is up to you guys to make a choice. It is now up to you to choose that line on the sand and say, I stand for the right thing. I stand for the children. I don't give a fuck about the religious. I don't care about what color you are. I don't care what your blood type is. I don't care who your mama is, your daddy is. I don't care who the elites are. I don't fucking care. I just stand on the right side of this, and I'm not gonna move. People are choosing their sides right now. You got people out in the streets ready to kill children, fighting to kill children, but where are the people at to save the children? It is time to move your asses. After this release, we are not okay. I don't know if everything is going to go out, because the amount of work that it takes to stop and drop and film and get to people to film, I don't know how this is going to work, because everyday angels can only do so much. So I pray that we at least get to a segment 3. We're praying for that. There's so much that we pray for that. And we pray that we hurry the fuck up before the time runs out. It's running out. By October, things will be burning. If you didn't take that note, July 7th of 2022, I said the Stonehenges were going to caught on fire, and I wasn't talking about the Guidestones. July 7th, I told you there was an attempt on 45, and I wasn't talking about the collared clone that wasn't in the box on January 6th because the security risk was so deep that it wasn't so deep now on the rallies. I wasn't talking about that one. But I'm not psychic. And I don't claim to be. It's called MK Ultra. Has its shit. I'm not psychic. There's going to be release after release after release after release coming up. It's the weekend. There's going to be release after release coming up. Get to a 90s Nation News platform. If our platforms go down, we will pop up on 90s Nation News somewhere. If our platforms go down and we can't talk to you anymore, I pray that you guys make a choice. I pray that people get in the streets. We do not incite any violence, and we are not condoning any violence. This call and everything is being recorded and documented for quality insurance purposes, but people need to start a fucking riot. Pick your side. Because when you find out what you find out, what the fuck are you going to do about it? And when you find out, and I can't tell you all of it, is it even worth it after all of this to continue to tell you all of it if nobody's going to move? If it's going to be swept under the rug like the McMartin preschool, what's the point of telling you all of it? If it's going to be swept up under the rug like the other satanic shit that has happened since the 60s, what's the fuck is the point of telling you all of it? Make your choice after you see this evidence roll out. There's no arguing with us after that. It's up to you. Because it's never personal until it's too personal. And by that time, it was already personal to begin with. So get your shit together, please, and make a choice. It's the weekend. Music matters to me. Why? Because it's a diary in the words. Sometimes when it's different, because when you're just having a good time and you having a good day, you listen to music and you just jam into it, and you know, you're moving about the day and you're like, hey. When you sad, when you're depressed, when you feeling some type of way, you put on some music and you feel it different. Why? Because you're listening to the lyrics and the bass, the rhythms and everything, every instrument that goes into it. You also listening to somebody's heart without the intent to reply. You're just listening. That's why it matters to me. It's always mattered to me. I've wrote poetry since I was a baby. Music has always been my thing. I have never not been in a performing arts school. I grew up in all performing arts schools. Never made it to do anything big because I was always snatched from it before it got too far. But I was always in a performing arts school. So music is my life. Just because that's all I know. So I flip my shit to deal with my shit. It's time. Hey, yo, Sin. You should keep running. I'd pack that box back up in the living room, baby girl. You ain't gonna have much time in your new house if you're running already. What you running for? You could abuse a 4-year-old? You could beat the shit out of a 4-year-old? You could lock me in the room for 24 hours? You could hold me down while your boyfriend raped me? You could beat the fuck out of me because I kicked him when I was 4? Do you know how big I am now? I can't wait till y'all physically see me one day. I'm this fucking big. But I talk this big. People have been stuffing my asses in cages since I was like 4. Younger. So I stunted some fucking growth over here. So let me help you out. A 4-year-old kicked you back and you decided to beat the fuck out of me with a belt, hold me down and let your boyfriend rape me with no drugs, by the way. You could have at least drugged me. That's the first time I understood what rape was 4. That's the first time I felt something like that was 4. And I remember that shit clearly. And then after I was in shock, she dropped me in her driveway because I was crying too much for hours. And I just sat there in shock and didn't know what the fuck to do because I was 4. And then we went to court and she somehow won the case because the judge knew who I was before I even knew a damn thing. So my surrogate emptied out her purse and shook her purse out for change to give to her over beating her 4-year-old daughter. And she didn't give a shit because she beat her 4-year-old daughter too for losing the case. She beat me until I peed on myself, actually, in the San Bernardino courtroom. But community care licensing didn't give a shit about that. I don't even think they removed the other children in her care. But you want to run? Because you're scared? You put your house on the market? Because you're scared? You worried about your fucking kids? But you look what you did to a kid? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You might want to pack that living room up too, bitch, because I ain't done with your fucking ass yet. I ain't gonna touch you. Because this call is being recorded for quality insurance purposes. I ain't gonna fucking touch you. But girl, you better fucking run. Go ahead, keep running. You see what the fuck it feel like? Do you see what it feels like? You see how it feels to unpack something and then think that you can stay for a while, get some food in your mouth, and then you get back up and realize that you can't even take a fucking shower because you gotta leave? You see what the fuck that feel like? You see what it feels like to walk out of your door and not know who looking at you taking a picture or rolling by your place? You see what the fuck that feels like? You see how it feels for the whole world to know your name and you don't know why. I hope you feel that shit. You might want to get ready. You're going to feel a little bit more. We'll talk to you guys soon. Share that video, please. Break the fucking internet tonight. On every platform you own. Duet it on TikTok. Stitch it somewhere. Share it somewhere. Download it somewhere. Send it somewhere. And please pull everybody that you can. There's a link in my bio. It goes to Telegram. The best place for you to go to see this series released right now at this moment in time is Telegram. But there will be somewhere else that you can go. I will tell you soon. Telegram. Go there. BitChute. Go there. Rumble. Go there. Because you ain't going to probably catch it on here. They ain't going to let it come out. You already see that. But for right now, I need you to help me wake up the last little bit of the sheep. Last little bit of the sheep. They have one more fucking chance. And if they want to eat Tide Pods, season that shit and give it to them. Let them go. There's some of your family that you're going to have to season that shit for. Let them go. Because they in the way for the next part. Ain't nobody got time for the bullshit. We'll talk to y'all soon. It's the weekend.